Hello，大家好，我是英文台的主播 Reirachuu。这次的赛后采访呢，很高兴欢迎 PSG 的辅助 Kaiwing。Hey guys, I'm Reirachuu and I'm here today with PSG support Kaiwing for our post-match winner interview. Kaiwing，你好。
Hello，大家好，我是 PSG 的辅助凯威。
那首先当然要恭喜你们获得今天3-0的胜利哦。可以就首先跟我们说一下你现在的感受吗？有预测到会3-0吗？
感觉今天是靠了那个幸运女神去照顾我们了，所以我们比较幸运的拿下3-0的。
So, of course, congratulations on taking today's match, 3-0 victory. Did you guys expect that you were going to be able to take it 3-0 so easily? And Kaiwing said, I think that we were just lucky today. I just have to thank the lucky gods up there for blessing us and for just being on our side for today. Also, could you tell us about the series? Because I think in those 3 games, definitely game 1 was probably the closest game for you guys, whereas game 2 and game 3 were kind of a bit faster in terms of pace. So could you just tell us what sort of adjustments you guys made throughout the series in terms of how you're able to do better in game 2 and game 3? 那接下来问题想问的就是，毕竟今天3-0嘛，然后应该今天经济最接近的，应该是第一把。是第一把，然后想问的就是第2把、第3把，你们团队是做了什么样的调整呢？
因为我们就苟正我们第一把的问题，然后从第2把开始，我们就把我们自己平常做的最好的状态就是发挥出来，就是稳打稳扎的话，就基本上我们不要犯太多失误的话，都能顺利拿下来。
可以跟我们说一下是什么样子的失误呢？
就是因为我们第一把就前面中山野3位上的时候，在上河道的时候嘛，我们就不小心给到阿克里2颗头了，才导致到他的搭桩太快成型，变成是我们的后面的龙团跟先锋团，然后中路线的牵权就比较难受一点，因为阿克里实在太肥了，就我们装备还没有的时候，我们是处理不了他的，所以我们变成是第一把有很多东西都要让。
So he said that game 2 and game 3, they're just really able to play to their strengths. He said, I think individually and as a team, what they were doing was all of them played stable. They tried to make as few mistakes as possible. And because that went smoothly, they were able to close out game 2 and game 3 pretty well. He was talking a bit about also game number 1 in terms of what kind of mistakes they're making. He said that early on, over in top as well as river, they kind of lost control a bit there. Their largest mistake was really just allowing Akali to get the double kill early on, so she hit level 6 pretty early, and also she was able to get her ultimate. She was ahead in items, so that kind of made it difficult for them to kind of play during the early and mid game. It made it difficult around Dragon Pit as well as put some pressure on mid also. So at that point, what they had to do was they just kind of had to wait it out and wait for the rest of the team to catch up, and then that was how they came back in game number 1. Great. So I have a question for you for game number 2. Also, when you guys picked the Nidalee for River, wanted to ask, is that something that you guys have played before, you guys discussed before? Tell us more about that strategy. 接下来问题就是想问第2把你们是打野选了奈德里，想问这是不是事先练好的套路呢？
对啊，就是因为 Weaver 好像最近比较爱上猫咪嘛，所以他就觉得比赛那个豹女的话也是不错，就是因为他最近爱上了猫了，所以他想在比赛里面用。
好的 So he said that River is on a cat craze lately, and he's just fallen for cats. But he's been playing a lot of Nidalee and been practicing a lot of it, and he's been having some pretty good results on the Nidalee. So the team decided, you know what, we'll just bring it out in competition for today. Great. Talking about River, I also wanted to ask you guys what communication is like on the team River because he is Korean, and your team's official channels have been posting a lot of mic checks, which are really interesting to see. But one thing that we noticed was that River's Chinese is actually pretty good. He can call out some pretty complicated things in Chinese. So we wanted to ask, was it that his Chinese improved as the season went on? Early on at the start of Spring Split, was it just communicating in pings? Tell us about it, and also tell us if any of your teammates have been teaching teaching him Chinese. 接下来问题就是关于你们团队跟 River 的沟通，毕竟因为他也是韩援嘛，然后最近也有看到你们的团队有上好几个就 mic check 然后看了 mic check 我就感觉到 River 的中文其实是挺好的，然后想问，就是从春季赛开赛到今天是渐渐进步的吗？还是你们团队个人有教他一点中文，还是什么？可以跟我们分享一下吗？
就是因为 River 的训练就跟我们就是同一队了，所以他去年中文还没到现在那么好，就是我们从去年开始慢慢一步一步的教他更多关于游戏里面的中文，然后在今年的时候，因为我们有 Maple 我们有 Maple 的加入吧，所以有时候我们火龙跟 Maple 也会教他一些比较奇怪的中文，所以他现在不管是游戏内还是游戏外的中文都是越学越好。
So he said that Rivers Chinese wasn't actually this good last year. He said that Rivers Chinese actually was improved a lot this year. And just like throughout the split, it was just kind of like individual members on the team just gradually teaching him bits and pieces of Chinese here and there during practice. Also, he said that because this split, they do have the addition of Maple, and with like the Maple and River combination, Maple is able to communicate very well with River, and they both kind of just teach each other new things. 想问一下，你刚才说了什么奇怪的中文
因为基本上大家都知道嘛，学习语言第一步就是要学习对，
什么都没
就是大家知道就好了这个。
So he mentioned that River's Chinese actually has been improving not just in game but also outside of game, and he said that he thinks it's common knowledge and everyone knows this. When you're learning a foreign language, it's kind of it's the easiest to remember if you're not learning traditional things. And he didn't elaborate too much about it. He was just like, I think everyone knows what he is talking about. We will move on to our next question, which is to do with the compositions that PSG have been playing throughout playoffs and as well as today in particular, because it kind of feels as if PSG is so good a team that you guys can play any type of composition. So we wanted to ask what composition your team is most comfortable playing with, and also if in the finals we can expect any new type of strategies, or will it be the same sort of things that you guys have been playing so far. 接下来问题想问的就是关于你们的阵容，就因为感觉 PSG 你们这个团队就可以说你们是任何阵容都可以打，所以想问，就礼拜天，可以期待什么新招数吗？还是你们会照样稳打呢？还有，就关于阵容的话，你们感觉最喜欢打的是什么样子的阵容？
喜欢打怎么样子的阵容？因为就是我们就礼拜天的话就要看那个对手有没有机会让我们拿到不同的阵容吧，因为我们在训练赛的时候也要准备2-3套吧，现在还没用出来的。然后你说最好打什么阵容的话，其实不管对面是发育还是进攻性的，我觉得我们只要玩好自己的话都能应对的。
So he said, with regards to composition, of course, during scrims and during practice, they have been experimenting with 2 or 3 new types of compositions, new types of champs that they actually haven't pulled out in competition just yet. He said, of course, it will also depend on who they face off against on Sunday and whether or not, the team is going to let them get those types of picks, whether they're going to let them pick the sort of composition that they want to play. But he said that regardless of what the enemy team picks up on Sunday, whether it's a late game scaling type of composition, whether it's a more early game aggressive type of composition, he says that they're pretty confident that as long as they do their own thing properly, they'll be able to win on Sunday. So I like the confidence coming out from that. Of course, I have to ask, are you guys confident for Sunday's finals? 那当然想问的就是后天有自信会赢吗？感觉就 Beyond Gaming 还有 Maji 明天他们对比的话，感觉谁会赢？还有后天的 Jess 有没有自信？
这个 这个也比较难，因为毕竟就是 Beyond Gaming 跟那个 Maggi 他们也是在 PC 里面就是算是很强的队伍了，然后实力也比较很接近，然后因为就 Beyond Gaming 嘛，就是继承了 A 的意志，因为我觉得他们打团就很强嘛，所以我觉得不管明天的话，就是我们礼拜天打谁都是赢速度精彩吧，感觉他们明天我觉得，就是我们对上谁也是有自信拿下来的。
How that so he said that as for who's going to win in tomorrow's lower bracket finals between Beyond Gaming as well as Machi, he said it's a bit difficult to tell because Beyond Gaming as well as Machi are such strong teams. He said within the PCS, of course, they're top 2, top 3. They're the second and third strongest teams in the entire league. But he thinks that it will definitely be an exciting series. He also thinks that for Sunday's finals, regardless of who it is that makes it through to face them again, he thinks that it will also be a very exciting final series and that they are confident that they will be able to take the win on Sunday. Thank you so much, Kaiwing, for the winner review, and of course, best of luck on Sunday. 好的，那就非常感谢 Kaiwing 接受这次的赛后采访，当然也要祝 PSG 后天的决赛加油。
我们会努力的。
Casters, back to you guys.